Following the death of Edward the Confessor, England fell into a bitter power struggle. Harold Godwinson was quick to seize power, though the King of Norway, Harald Hardrada, felt the land his birthright. However, the late Edward had promised the throne to William, the Duke of Normandy, who, with the blessing of the Pope, readied his army for conquest.
Father, word from England. Hardrada lies dead, and his army defeated.
And what of Harold Godwinson?
His victory at Stamford Bridge has strengthened his hold on the throne. Even now, he musters his forces.
Perhaps it is time.
Then what shall I tell the troops is your command?
Tell them we sail for England and conquest.
William's fleet swept across the channel like a mighty tide, landing at Pevensey and amassing to confront Harold's approaching horde at Hastings. This titanic clash would be the decisive battle for the future of the English throne.
My son, remember this day, and remember this moment, for after this battle, these lands will be ours.
And rightfully so, Father. It is time. His men are ragged from the journey.
Very well. Rufus, prepare your men for battle.
Hastings, 1066. The Saxon King Harold takes up a strong defensive position on Caldbeck Hill. His men form the legendary Saxon Shield Wall, blocking the road to London and forcing a frontal attack from the Normans. William waits patiently with ranks of archers, infantry and cavalry, ready to launch a three-waved attack. He has archers to weaken the shield wall from afar. Spearmen to engage the enemy in close combat. And cavalry to drive through the enemy and run down deserters. William gives his order for the first wave.
Missiles! Attack!
His archers raise their bows and fire into the shield wall. The battle for the English throne begins.
Units, move out!
William's favoured son, Rufus, moves into position to guard the rear of the Norman army and awaits his father's call to battle.
Well met, Commander. I am Sir Robert, your military advisor. I will watch your actions on the battlefield and guide you to glory. Follow my instructions, and we will crush these Saxon dogs. Your father, Duke William, wishes your troops to guard the rear of his army and wait for his call to battle. Keep a watchful eye for any Saxons that hope to ambush our army. This is Rufus, your general on the battlefield. He is accompanied by an entourage of the finest Norman knights, left-click on his unit to select them now. Your general is your most important unit. He commands your armies on the battlefield, giving them strength and courage to fight. When he is lost, your battle is lost. Remember, you must keep Rufus alive to conquer the Saxons. You can move your armies around by right-clicking where you want them to go. Right-click on the highlighted area to move Rufus there. You will notice that your general has moved, but your view has not. Use the number pad on the keyboard to move your view of the battlefield. 5 and 2 will move it forward and back, 4 and 6 will move it sideways, and 1 and 3 will rotate your view. Move your view now so that Rufus is centered. You can zoom in and out and tilt your view by using the mouse wheel. You can also move your view by pushing the mouse to the edge of the screen. The panel at the bottom of the screen shows a map of the battlefield, an indicator of your progress in the battle, controls for the pace of the battle, your general and troops, as well as options and commands for your selected forces. You can also select your units by left-clicking on their character cards in the panel at the bottom of the screen. Double left-clicking on a unit card centers your view on that unit. To get your unit somewhere quickly, double right-click on a location. Order your cavalry to run by double right-clicking on the highlighted area. You can change your unit's speed of movement by pressing the Unit Speed toggle button on the bottom right panel. Try this now to order your cavalry to slow down. Sometimes it is necessary to run on the battlefield. However, making your troops run too often will tire them out quickly. Order your troops to march long distances. You can press the Stop Current Orders. You can easily select all your units on the battlefield by pressing Ctrl-A. Now that all your units are selected and awaiting your orders, you can order your units to move into formation by holding down the right mouse button and dragging out a line on the terrain where you want them to move. Each of your units proudly bears the Norman banner. You can easily recognize your men on the battlefield by this banner. Different types of units have differently shaped banners. You can also select a unit by clicking on their banner. You can easily deselect your selected units by pressing Enter. Try this now. Some Saxon reinforcements have arrived. You must stop them from crossing the river and flanking the Norman army. Use your archers first, so you can weaken the Saxon infantry as they move your mouse cursor over the approaching Saxons and right-click to attack when your cursor changes to a bow. When your archers are firing on the enemy, a bow and arrow icon appears on the top left of their unit card. When you order your archers to fire, they will move into range and then attack. Your armored sergeants are your best melee fighters. Select these spearmen now and attack the Saxons. To attack, mouse over the Saxons and right-click when your cursor changes to a sword. If your archers fire on a unit that is in melee with your own unit, your unit will take friendly fire from your archers. Select your archers and press the Halt button to stop them firing. Halt! You can zoom in on the action by using the mouse wheel. Try zooming in on your infantry now to see your men in the heat of battle. While your units are engaging the enemy, move your mouse cursor over your units or the enemy units for feedback on their status. You can find out who is winning and how each unit is faring. Now select your cavalry and double right-click on the enemy to run them down. Using your cavalry to stampede archers and infantry is a useful tactic.
Assemble the men!
William has called for you to join the main battle. The end of the battle is at hand, and the next few moments will determine the fate of England. First, you need to move your army into the main battle. Press Ctrl-A to select all your units, or hold down Ctrl and click each unit card. Then right-click on the far side of the crossing to move your units there. When you have ordered your troops to move a long distance, you can increase the game speed to get them into position faster. Set the battle to the highest speed now by clicking the faster button twice. When your troops are nearing their destination, press the slower button twice to return the battle to normal speed. Otherwise, you might miss important events in the battle. William has given the order for your troops to fall into line with the rest of the Norman army. First, order your archers into the front row. Without the peasants, the Saxon shield wall is broken and their position is weak. Order your archers to fire into the Saxon infantry now. King Harold has been caught by an arrow. The Saxon king is slain. His men have lost hope, and they are fleeing.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way.
Use your cavalry to chase down the routing troops. Your cavalry are fast and will catch the infantry easily. The fewer men you leave alive, the fewer you will have to deal with later. Some of William's army have broken away, and the small map on the bottom left of the screen shows the location of all the units in the battle. You can use this map to easily locate your men and the enemy. Your units are green, Allied units are blue, and enemy units are red. you can double left-click a location on the map to move your view there immediately. Harold's most brave. The Saxon peasants have broken rank and are charging at us. They have seen our fleeing men and have made themselves vulnerable. Now is the time to attack. William has ordered all archers to fire at the approaching peasants. Select your archers and fire at the nearest peasants.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Now order your spearmen to move, then move your cavalry into the third row.
The enemy are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Bravo, my lord! You have slain King Harold